Cyril forms with his friend Sebastian a music production company called Real Music Ltd., in German AG. Together, they create the shareholders agreement, ABV, which all shareholders must sign if they acquire shares from Real Music Ltd. Maria wants to support her friends by buying a share. She reads the shareholders agreement. The shareholders agreement prohibits the shareholders from carrying out any competing activities. Furthermore, the shareholders agreement grants the board of directors, Cyril and Sebastian, a right of preemption to the intrinsic value. Finally, the shareholders are obligated to attend every concert organized by Real Music Ltd. However, Maria refuses to sign the shareholders agreement.
Der Aktionär einer Aktiengesellschaft hat im Grunde bloß eine Pflicht. Er muss.
A shareholder of a company limited by shares basically only has one duty. He or she must pay for the shares on their own. Other responsibilities cannot be imposed upon the shareholders, at least not in the Articles of Association. If there are provisions in the Articles of Association that impose additional obligations on a shareholder, these provisions of the Articles of Association is invalid. For example, that the shareholder has to participate in a capital increase in the future. For this reason, it is important for small companies limited by shares that the shareholders already sign a shareholders agreement at the time of formation. In a shareholders agreement, one can regulate miscellaneous things within the framework of the freedom of contract, and of course, the duties of the shareholders can be put on record. For example, if a shareholder wants to sell his shares, the other shareholders may be required to buy these at a fixed price or regulated in the contract. It is also possible to regulate other obligations and rights of the shareholders. For example, who is to be on the board of directors? How should one vote on certain transactions of the company limited by shares, and so forth. A subsequent introduction of shareholders agreement is of course difficult if a shareholder refuses to sign it. In this case, one cannot do anything about it. For this reason, it is important to already think about it at the time of the company foundation and to have such a shareholders agreement signed.
Daran zu denken und bereits bei der Gründung einen solchen Aktionärbindungsvertrag zu unterzeichnen.